Welcome back with our review of Alice in Wonderland, and I fucking hated it.
Me too.
We hated it.
Alright, we were talking about Alice and just how poorly done of a character she is in this movie. She is, for her being in a place called Wonderland, she's not that wondrous at all.
She's like bored. And she's like luggage for the first quarter of the time she's there.
Her whole motivation in being there is, I gotta wake up.
She thinks she's in a dream the entire time she's there. And at the end of the movie she realized, I'm not in a dream. Well, no fucking shit. What was your first clue? The time you got clawed in the arm? Because that doesn't happen in dreams.
The fact that you've been there for like 3 days.
That you've eaten the food there and tasted it. The fact that you like pick something up and read it. Because I'll tell you right now, you can't read things in dreams. What part of this was your first indication that this wasn't a dream? You stupid bitch.
She just refused to... That was her whole motivation, and then it just irritated you.
Well, and plus the whole fact that it's prophecy. We need somebody to slay the Jabberwocky, so prophecy says that she's gonna do it, because no one else wants to.
Well, according to them, it's just a calendar that can tell the future.
And I don't know how you tell it's Alice by a picture. It just shows some woman in armor with a sword attacking the Jabberwocky. It doesn't say that she's gonna kill it. You just assume that prophecy is gonna be foretold. And
I like how, also with the Red Queen, when she takes a look at that and sees that someone's killing the Jabberwocky, she goes, I'll recognize those golden locks anywhere. That's Alice. But then when she sees Alice later in the movie, there's no hint of recognition. It's not even have I seen you somewhere before? No, she just flat out doesn't recognize. I can recognize Alice by a black and white crappy drawn picture, but when I see her in person, I'm just completely lost.
Oh, and I totally forgot about her, like the Red Queen's like henchman. I think his name is Stang. He's the guy with like the heart eye patch. That guy was so fucking annoying. He was like, like out of his motherfucking lover and gourd the whole movie.
And not in a good way. Not in a Wonderland way.
This guy seemed like a serial rapist. He even like pushes Alice against the wall. He's like, I love women of big proportions. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
Anyway, still back to Alice. Another thing that bothered me about her was throughout the whole movie, she's wondering who she is, and she's trying to find herself.
She apparently had a pretty good idea of who she was.
Yeah, in the beginning, she's shown to be very confident. She knows who she is. She's not following society's laws. She doesn't believe in them. She doesn't follow them. Oh, I'm not going to wear a girder. Whoever said I had to wear a girder? It's not like she's going, oh, should I? I don't know. I can't find myself. No, she's pretty fucking sure.
Yeah, and then she's like, when she goes back to Wonderland, of course, since she doesn't remember, she has to go through the whole 9 yards of going through, oh, I need to drink this thing, I get small. Oh, but I forgot the key to open the door, so I need to eat this. You know, the whole opening sequence from the animated show, movie, which I wish I had watched again, because
it's much better.
Because at least that followed the books a lot more closely than this piece of shit did. I mean, even Tim Burton said that he wasn't a huge fan of the novel. Then why the fuck did you make this? He's like, oh, I don't like the novel too much, but I'm going to rape it a new one. And boy, did he.
I mean, like, this movie did not scream Wonderland to me. Halfway through the movie, I was half expecting Sora from Kingdom Hearts to come in and try and save them.
I wish he had, because then it would have been more interesting. Oh, and another thing that pissed me off about this, you got Christopher Lee to do the voice of the Jabberwocky, but you only gave him fucking 3 lines. 3
whole lines.
Why do you give Christopher Lee 3 lines? Why get him at all? Why give any lines to the Jabberwocky? Why did he even need to say anything? And there's another thing that's funny about the Jabberwocky. He looks like Fin Fang Foom. And for you out there that don't know who Fin Fang Foom is,
it's a Marvel DC dragon.
Marvel DC dragon that the Hulk and Iron Man fight. This is essentially what he looks like, except
bigger wings.
The Jabberwocky has like ginormous wings, but this is essentially the Jabberwocky. And I wish it had been, because then I've been like, well, I'm watching a Marvel movie, and this is a hell of a lot better than this shit.
And the fight was very anticlimactic. I mean, it's supposed to be a gigantic war between card people and chess pieces.
But there's only like 50 each, and
even when they start fighting, you don't see too much of it.
And of course we need Johnny Depp to fight, because we know how much we need to see the Mad Hatter with the sword fighting someone. Oh, and like, and of course, when she kills the Jabberwocky, it's the exact same way as Lord of the Rings, where she cuts the head off.
Yeah. And of course, once the Jabberwocky is finished off, then suddenly no one wants to fight.
Yeah, the war's over. They never even explain why was the Jabberwocky working for the Red Queen. Wouldn't that have been
why was Alice the one that needed to kill her? Why did you need the Vorpal sword when I guess any other sword would have equally done well?
Because they said in the movie that only the Vorpal sword could kill it.
I know why. It's all it is sharp metal.
You know what makes sense is like, okay, the Jabberwocky's only a tool, so he's just told to go to do things by the Red Queen. So why not just kill the Red Queen? It seems like anyone could come up to her and slit her throat at any time. That never crossed anybody's mind. Kill that bitch and he doesn't do anything.
Just nothing about this movie made sense, but not in a good way. Not in a Wonderland way.
Yeah, it's just a director who's past his prime, doing a movie he had no business in doing.
This is the problem. He's good at visuals. I'll give him that much, but as far as storytelling goes, he needs a lot of work. And even the visuals in this one weren't all that great. I mean, there are a few scenes that looked good, but
like the backward scenery looks good, but like a lot of like the computer animated characters, some of them looked horrible. Like there was like a talking dog, and he just looked bad. It's
yeah.
Like, man, I know this doesn't have like half the budget of Avatar, but you could have put some more money into this to make it look better.
I mean, look at District 9. They had a small budget, but look what they did.
Yeah, with $40 million, and look how great District 9 turned out. This shit probably had, what, $100 and $200 million, and some of these characters look like shit.
They just did not do a good job. They did not make me feel like I was in Wonderland. The story was incomplete, boring.
You would think that Wonderland would be like, really bright and colorful. It's like dark. And it's, like, depressing.
Definitely Tim Burton's theme of dark and depressing.
Alright, I think there's a few more things that we want to say. So we're going to make a short third video here. So hopefully you'll tune in and watch that one, because this is some funny shit to me.